I be doing too much. I was trying to see something when I booked a day trip to go spring skiing in Colorado. Yes, I woke up at 4:30 a.m. to catch a 6:30 a.m. flight from Midway to Denver to ski for just one day. My goal was to ski a full marathon to support my friends who ran Boston, but I would later find out that it was way too ambitious for me. I did this solo and I found it to be super easy. I rented a car for about $50 for the day, and the flight was free because I used points. All I paid for was my carry-on with all my ski stuff in it. The drive from the airport to Winter Park was about an hour and 45, and it was so pretty, but Cam was worried that the drive would be a little bit scary for me because I'm a Midwestern girl. It wasn't that bad. When I was booking this trip, I was considering taking the shuttle for $80 each way, but the rental car and the gas actually ended up being a lot cheaper, and I had to pay $50 for parking, and so that still made it just a little bit cheaper. This was my first time wearing papaya. I like to give all my ski outfits names, and this is the new relaxed fit that I'm trying from Arc'teryx. Don't worry, Ashley, I will send my notes. And I'm glad I showed y'all my outfit on Instagram before I came, because as soon as I got on the scene, I heard Laura screaming my name like Chevy, and I instantly had friends out there. I was on the lift by noon, y'all. We started by skiing 2 blue runs, and I was way out of control, y'all, so I had to have them take me back to the easy hills, and that is where doing too much comes in. We've been out and about for about 4 hours at this point, and baby, I'm tired. I did not intend for this to be my last run, but I was so tired I literally just gave up, like the Lord did not order my skis. But after the 8th or 9th run and over 13 and a half miles later, I decided to hang it up and go to the après. Did I mention this is my first après? I skied directly down into the party, and it was so much fun because they had costumes, DJs, food, drinks, whatever you can imagine. It was there. And sadly, after about 5 hours at the resort, it was time for me to drive back to the airport for my 8:45 p.m. flight. And my head was killing me. I realized I only had like 4 cuties and a bagel and an adult Lunchable on the mountain. And I think that's what they call girl lunch. That food saved my life, y'all. By the time I got back on the plane, I was feeling so much better. But don't ever do what I did, because the elevation was tearing me up. I almost forgot to mention that I could barely walk and talk at the same time. When I say breathing is a task in itself on the mountain, so you should give yourself a little bit of time to like adjust to the altitude. But anyways, I made it back home safe and headache free on the 8:45 p.m. flight. I got to Chicago at exactly 11:59 p.m., making this the best day trip I have ever taken.